Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's BLAZIN takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Yes, sir. Let's get right into it. What's up, good people? This is Rick Blaze coming to you live and direct with another episode of Rick's BLAZIN takes. It's coming close to race to one, and I got some things I want to talk about. So let's talk about it. All right, ladies and germs, it's becoming that time. Race to one is right up under our nose. It's right upon us. And not only is the race to one upon us, which is an exciting time, also signing day. People are starting getting these signs in. These people are making these commitments. Signing day is upon us for our last year senior SimWorld prep players. These are huge decision for you to make. Do not squander it. Do not sit on your hands. Make sure you make the best decision. Now, speaking of signings, I got some inside information. I got some inside scoop. My sources tell me that a top 15 player, current top 15 player in SimWorld Prep, again, a current top 15 player in SimWorld Prep, turned down a scholarship to win the Blue Bloods. Turned down a scholarship to Duke. Yeah. A current top 15 player turned down a scholarship to Duke. Now, the big question is that everybody's thinking, the same thing that I was thinking is, why would you turn down a scholarship to Duke? Now, no one has confirmed or denied anything that I'm about to say as to why someone would turn down a scholarship to a blue blood school like Duke. But I have a hypothesis. I think a theory, and maybe it's the truth, maybe it's not, maybe it's partial truth, maybe it's completely false. I have no idea. This is just Rick's theory of why a top 15 player current in SimWorld Prep would turn down a ride to Duke. Somebody say, well, maybe he want to be close to home. No, I don't think that's it. Someone may say, well, maybe he got a better offer somewhere else. I don't think that's it either. I have two words as to why I believe a player or this player would turn down a ride to Duke. Two words. Cooper Flagg. He don't want to be in the shadow. Cooper Flagg, you know what's going to do. Cooper Flagg is going to do much at Duke. What he's done here at the OGs is, I'm the man. The rest of you guys, get on the board and get out of the way, so to speak. And I think certain players think of themselves as alpha dogs as well, and they would rather not have to share that alpha spotlight. And I think this is why the player makes, again, nothing has been confirmed as to why a player of this person's caliber would turn down a school such as this. But my belief is, my strong inkling is telling me they want to be the guy and they don't want to be in the shadows of a guy. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's different strokes for different folks, baby. Some people want to play with a team, want to be, have a little help. Some other guys just want to run their ship on their own. And I ain't mad at that. We're in a time and we're in a space now where here in SimWorld Prep, and not only SimWorld Prep, but in college ball and even to SimWorld BA, where if you're good enough, you're going to get your looks. if you're good enough, if your team is good enough, they can still make the tournament in college basketball. So I think the days of you either blue blood or it's a wrap, those days are far forgone. We've seen way too many upsets in the tournaments. We've seen way too many underdog teams win big. I think the talent has spread vastly throughout the US of A and abroad. So the question is, will someone turn down a Duke scholarship? Well, guys, the answer apparently is yes. Yes, they would. Before we get out of here, I want to take a quick look at the matchups, the race to win matchups. And I know it's early. I know some teams have 6 games left. But hell, some teams only have 1 game left or 2 games left. So I want to take a quick look. I want to look at each division very quickly. Just the 1-8 matchup for each division. And so for the Founders division, you have number 1 right now, Originators, number 8, Gotham. And I know these rankings can change slightly. In the Neo region, you have Cascadia going against number 8, Beyond the Arch right now. In the Intercontinental region, you have SimWorld Atlantis versus SimWorld Middle East. In the Southern region, you have Gulf Coast Lockdown versus Indy Stripes. So out of those matchups, those 4 matchups, they're all 1 versus 8, right? As of right now today, again, we know this can change. But out of those 4, which matchup out of the 4 do you think could be the biggest blowout? The biggest blowout, is it Originator versus G5? Would it be Cascadia versus Beyond the Arch? Would it be Atlantis versus Middle East? I'm sure most of you guys might say that. Or would it be Gulf Coast Lockdown versus Indy Stripes? I want to discuss in the chat. Which of those 4 games you think have the potential to be the biggest blowout? Now, remember, they're playing on a neutral site. Unless you're from Texas, it's a neutral site. Also, those same 4 teams, which one out of 4 has a chance of an upset? If you had to pick one, which of the 4 teams, which 8 seed you feel has the biggest chance of an upset? Is it G5 over the Originators? Is it Beyond the Arch over Cascadia? Could it be SimWorld Middle East, the tour continues, over SimWorld Atlantis? Is it Indy Stripes over Gulf Coast Lockdown? Let me know your thoughts, your pros, and your cons. Let's cuss and discuss in the chat. Now, I understand that these seedings, these standings can change slightly, but play along with the kid right now. This is where we are today as of May number 9. Is it May 9th? No, May 8th. As of May 8th. Let's talk about it. Let's cuss and discuss in the chat. I'm out. Peace.